I'm here with Jay, President, and I wanted to ask you, varsity last year, what went well, what went didn't? You obviously played in front of 120,000 people, a really big crowd, so what was it like?
It was just like amazing, like the best feeling I've ever had on a rugby pitch. Everything seemed to go well on the day, like our line speed, collision, marker work was all pretty spot on. The only negatives would be conceding, but like it's a game of rugby, 80 minutes, it'd be pretty amazing if we didn't concede at least one try.
Yeah, you got close, yeah. Okay, so this upcoming year, what are the emphases going forward, coaching-wise? What's the emphasis going forward?
We've got a new coach this year, James Senku, our captain from last year's winning varsity team, and he's got a completely different emphasis to the last coach. He's not dropping anyone from the team. We've got a development nines programme out this year, which is going to give more playing opportunity to lads who might have got dropped in previous years and not been able to join the team. And he knows what we need because he's played for the team for 5 years previously, so he knows what the team needs and he knows what we need going forward. So he's gonna I think it'll be really good for us this year.
So the players have got a lot of confidence in him? Yeah,
the players are really confident. They all listen to him. We all believe what he says. We know that he's played for England, so he's got a lot about him. We know that he's like a fantastic player on the pitch, and he knows what he's talking about. So everyone listens to him. Everyone cracks on what he tells us to do, and I'm really confident with him going forward. Okay,
great. So next week you've got Bradford. Obviously, the team feeling quite confident given last year's result.
I think we're quietly confident. No one's really mentioned varsity in the build-up to that game, although it is in the back of everyone's minds. And I think Bradford will be looking for a bit of vengeance from last year as well. But yeah, I'm personally quite confident, and I think the rest of the lads are quietly confident. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves because it's a big game and anything can happen on the day. And Bradford are obviously a very good team as well, but if we play to our potential, then I think we'll be alright.
Alright, great. And lastly, Jay, why are you so sexy?
I don't know, it's just the way I was born, I suppose.
Thanks for that. Hi, I'm with Jed, the vice captain of the rugby team. Varsity last year, that's what we're talking about with all players. How was it for you? Tell us about it.
I've been playing rugby since I was 6-7 years old, and it's the best 80 minutes I've ever had on a rugby pitch. The team was so together, the crowd you could feel were behind you. An unreal experience. Like, think about it every day. It's the best, probably proudest moment I've ever had as a rugby league player. It was fantastic.
Okay, great. And so basically the freshers this year, you've obviously done a few trials already. How do they look?
Really good. It's probably the best group of freshers we've ever had since I've been here. We had a massive recruitment drive before we actually came to university, which is massive credit due to the committee this year. They were putting the name about, helping people move into Storsaw, just trying to get the name about, let as many people to come to the first trials as possible. And as first initiation, we had 34, and I'd say 23 of them were freshers, which is unheard of when we usually have about 7 to 10. So unbelievable, and which obviously looks like it's going to be a good season for the rest of us.
Okay, so you got a trial game today where you're going to kind of get to see them in action a bit more. What are you going to be looking out for? What do you want to see from them?
Dedication, commitment to obviously the tackles. I don't want anybody obviously falling off tackles, but the main thing that I think we'll all be looking for is talk. If you can talk well, you can talk a team out of the game. So if you're talking among your players, it takes away a lot of the stuff that we'll have to do with you already, because you'll know how to talk. It just makes the game better, and it makes make you have more fun as well.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously you've got Bradford next week you're talking about. Is there anything in particular that you're not sure about, you're a bit nervous about, feeling about that game, that you think Bradford might play strongly in an area?
There's always going to be an area of doubt going into the new season. Obviously, you don't know what freshers they might have recruited. They might have recruited very well, they might have recruited poorly. If we were playing against the same team that we played against last year at the varsity, I'd be feeling quietly confident. Obviously, not complacent, because you should never be complacent, but you just don't know what freshers they're going to have. They could come back with like 5 new world-class players who are the best in the division and they might storm the division. You just don't know, so we're going to go about it with obviously a little bit of confidence in the back of the mind, but make sure that doesn't go into complacentness or cockiness.
Okay, that's great. Thanks a lot. Thank you for your time today, and with Vice Captain Jed, rugby team. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm with Jamie, the Vice President of the rugby team. I nearly said union. Okay, so last year varsity, Bradford.
Yeah.
What was that like for you then?
For me personally and for the team, it meant a lot for a lot of people. Like we had like a mix of like 5th years, 4th years, 3rd years, 2nd years and freshers as well. So it meant a lot of things to a lot of people at different levels. We had 2 people in the team, our captain and now our coach, and this other lad called Neil, who've actually won a varsity previously. So they really installed in us what it meant to win a varsity and the intensity of the game, and really drilled it into us. And previously for the rugby league team, we've only ever won 1 varsity in the last 9 years as well. So we really wanted to win it for like each other, and then for the future people as well to talk about and what it meant to a lot of people as well.
It was a big event.
Yeah.
Okay, so this year going forward, what would make this season a success?
For me personally, as a 3rd year and a couple of the lads who are 3rd years, we haven't, apart from obviously the varsity a couple of years ago, we've never actually won silverware, and we really want to instill into the lads and to the freshers that we really want to get his hands on the silverware, whether it's a cup or the actual winning the league this year, because in the last 2 years we've got to the quarter-finals of the cup and the semi-finals of the cup, and we finished 2nd in the league the last 2 years, so we really want to get his hands on some silverware this year, no matter what it is.
So it's kind of a cup or bust year?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say bust, but like I'd say if we don't win a bit of silverware, it would be very disappointing, even though varsity is coming our way again.
Okay, fantastic. So I also wanted to ask you about the team and the social side.
Yeah.
What's it like then? What do you do? You know, blow off steam with the lads. What do you do?
After a game, we always have a bit of food together, whether it's at 5 Bar or whether it's at the casino, which we've done deals with this year with Fort. And then afterwards, we obviously all go back to our separate houses or halls or whatever, and then we always meet at Rhubarb just across the road at 8 o'clock for a nice little social. Usually goes throughout the night. We hit a few bars like Verve or Slug and Lettuce or 5 Bar again. We always end up at Tokes. It's just a bit of a social. We have a few beers together, we have a laugh, we have a crack, we talk about the game and stuff, and it's just a good night for everyone.
Tell me about tour. What's that like?
Tour, I can't say too much about tour on camera, but like it's just obviously it's about a 30-hour bus journey there. We all get to know each other. We all like, obviously freshers get used to being freshers basically, and seniors enjoy being seniors. So we go with, it's not just us, obviously we go with like rugby union or netball and cheerleading. Obviously you enjoy the sun, you have a few beers together, and you just enjoy having fun together.
Oh man, sounds like a great time.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's been with Jamie from the rugby team. Thanks a lot for your time.
No worries, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, bud.
Okay, so this year you're a fresher. You've just started on the team. What are you looking to get out yourself? What do you want to achieve this year?
Well, I think first and foremost I want to improve my rugby skills. I've always sort of stayed still, you know, not really progressed in the teams that I used to play for, but now I think in a professional atmosphere such as a university rugby league team, I think I'll be able to improve my skills.
Okay, great. So with the sport, what do you think you need to improve on? Is it a physical thing, is it a speed thing, or is it more knowledge, tactics? What do you think you want to really work on for yourself?
Well, I think speed was never a problem before, but it might be now, considering you know the other group of players that might be there. I think strength as well. I've always been, well, from personal experience, I had to leave for a while, but that time I spent that time I spent away, I was improving my strength at the gym, doing physical exercise.
Yeah, because it can be a tough sport going at times. So you really have to.
Yeah, definitely.
You really have to be up there with the league, and obviously you want to beat Bradford as well in varsity.
Oh, of course.
How excited are you for varsity?
Oh, it's going to be great. Whether I make the team or not, being a fresher, I'm not bothered. But I'm really looking forward to it. It should be a great day.
Okay, well we're all rooting for you. Best of luck, man.
Thank you.
We as a rugby league team would like to thank all our sponsors for everything they've done for us this year, whether that's sorting out stash, giving us money. So they are 5 Bar, Tokyo, Grosvenor's Casino, Auto Trader, Slug and Lettuce, Mackey's and PhysioWise and Verve Bar. So quite a lot of sponsors, and we'd just like to take a moment to thank them all for everything they've done to help us this year.
We wouldn't be able to run as a site if it weren't for people such as them sponsoring us, and we are eternally grateful because we wouldn't get to do the thing we love and help more people be introduced to the sport. So thank you.
Thank you.